Hi there, it's Gregor here. In today's video I'm gonna show you 6 ways to play the G major chord on guitar. So let's dive in. Alright, the first shape that I'm gonna show you here is the typical standard open G chord shape. It's commonly used on acoustic guitars, but it's also very well used on electric guitars. So let's dive in. Alright, the first one is an easy one. Here you need to place your middle finger on the 3rd fret of your low E string, your index finger on the 2nd fret of the low A string, and your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the high E string. And then you can easily hit all strings. The second shape is just a slight variation of the previous one. The only difference here is that you are using all 4 fingers of your fretting hand. So the only difference is this here. Here you are fretting with your pinky finger the 3rd fret of your G string, of your high E string, and with your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. And the middle finger is on the 3rd fret of the low E string, and the index finger is on the 2nd fret of the A string. Alright, the third shape is the classic bar chord shape for the major chord. In the case of G major, it's on the 3rd position of your guitar fretboard. So, put your first finger like this on the 3rd fret. Here you really need to take care that all frets that you are hitting are producing clean sounding notes. And your middle finger is on the 4th fret of the G string, your pinky finger is on the 5th fret of the D string, and your ring finger is on the 5th fret of the A string. So the next G major chord shape is this here. Alright, like I said, this chord is not very beginner friendly, but it can be a really great sounding chord if you need a higher sounding voicing for the G major chord. So, let's go through it. Put your first finger, your index finger, on the 10th fret of your A string, and then with your ring finger, you are fretting 3 notes simultaneously. You are fretting the D string on the 12th fret, the G string on the 12th fret, and the B string on the 12th fret. So here you really need to mute the low E string in order to hit with your strumming hand across all strings. So, and you are doing this by slightly touching it with your index finger. So, take a look. You are muting the low E string by slightly touching it with your index finger. Alright. So, this shape might be relatively difficult if you're a beginner, but don't worry, you are going to play it very well if you just keep practicing it. So, put your pinky finger on the 10th fret of your A string, your ring finger on the 9th fret of the D string, and your index finger on the 7th fret of your G string, and your middle finger on the 8th fret of the B string. Here you are muting the low E string as well and the high E string additionally. You can mute the low E string with your thumb by wrapping it around the neck like that, and the high E string is basically muted by your index finger. So you are touching it slightly as well. So the last shape for the G major chord is one of my favorites. It's mainly because you can use it instead of the typical bar chord shape. So if you're tired of playing bar chords like this, then you can use this shape here. Here in this shape you are fretting the 3rd fret of your low E string with your thumb. So you need to produce a clean sounding note with your thumb. Put your ring finger on the 5th fret of the D string and your middle finger on the 4th fret of the G string and your index finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. So in this case you are just fretting 4 notes. The note on the low E string, the note on the D string, the note on the G string, and the note on the B string. The A string is muted, you are muting it with your thumb, and the high E string is muted as well by your index finger. Alright, there we have it. I hope that you liked this tutorial and really appreciate your time here. If you have any questions, then post them in the comments down below, and see you next time.